I wanted to speak about one of the principles involved in advanced conversational hypnosis and how we can guide our client into the space of trance to help them resolve their problem, their real problem, all by themselves without our advice, our experience, our wisdom, or our beliefs that we wish to approach on our clients. Let the client create their own solution based on their own experience of life. And that is by following the principle of attention. So whenever we are having a conversation, every conversation is two conversations, a conscious conversation and an unconscious conversation. And we can extract the unconscious information, the more qualitative information, more meaningful information from our client by observing all sorts of cues that the client gives us. And these could come along the lines of stories, metaphors, pauses, long blinks, twitches, scratches, tense. We might observe tenseness in our client, any such thing that looks a little bit different to what might normally be portrayed from our client, just to name a few. And when we are observing these cues, we want to draw attention to them so that we keep the client on that. And obviously, just like when we go to have a massage and we have a knot in our shoulder, masseuse or whoever is giving us the massage is going to put attention on the area to make it become more malleable, so that the constricted tissue can begin to become more malleable and resolve itself. We apply the exact same principle that we would within a conversation to help guide our client to resolving the real problem that they have. And when we begin to extract the unconscious information and notice those unconscious moments, the unconscious cues that the client presents us, and we draw attention to them, it's all that we want to do. Imagine that cue or response that the client gives us, and let's just say in this example they are expressing that they feel guilty about some late night snacking. All we want to do with that is hone in on the guilt, because the client is expressing their emotions, which is an unconscious response. We want to hone in on that guilt. And we want to treat it like as if it's a really stubborn weed. And we're just going to poke and prod at it, dig around it to try and pull it out and allow the client to evolve, I guess, within that context to what is really going on, or to the root of what is creating that guilt. And so we do that by posing a bunch of questions, just drawing attention to that guilt, whatever it might be, and whatever question you might come up with, whatever technique you might come up with to keep attention on that guilt. That is all that we are after. And when we are continuing to draw attention to that, obviously we're listening to some more qualitative information, because the unconscious mind is amazing. The more attention you give it, the more information it is going to give you. And so we're going to be listening out and observing for even more qualitative information. And it might evolve completely away from guilt onto something else. It doesn't matter what the client feeds us. It does not matter at all whether it's relevant to the context of the problem, because just like when you go to the gym, or you have a knot in your shoulder, it's not because you have overstrained your shoulder. It's generally because of some back injury or some mobility or flexibility issues in your shoulder, or some tension in your neck, or any such thing, depending on what it could be. But that is just the symptom. And exactly the same thing here. If the guilt is just a part of the symptom of overeating or getting up late at night and snacking, then we want to draw attention to it so that it can allow us to take step-by-step movements back to what is the source of the real problem.